OK, so with our exploit completed, I'm going to leave you with a couple of questions that you can ponder on your own time. So let's say that I want to change what my exploit is doing. Maybe my target address is no longer deadbeef. Maybe I want to write to a different address like bfff1234. So a question for you is, how would you modify this exploit to write to a different address? So instead of writing to deadbeef, I want to write somewhere else. What part of this input would you change to write to a different address? And another question for you is, what if I wanted to write fewer characters, or a lower number, or a higher number into memory? So instead of the target number 100, what if the target number that I wanted to write into memory was 89? What part of this exploit would you change so that the target number written is no longer 100, but 89? So that's something you can ponder. I'll spoil it at the end of this video, but you can think about it. OK, hopefully you thought about it, but just to quickly spoil the answers, if you want to write to a different address, you would change this part of the input. So instead of deadbeef appearing in this memory box, you get a different address to appear. And the same thing would happen when we see the %n. That would still correspond to arg4 because of the way I've laid this out. I would go here, read a different address, and I would write to a different place in memory. And what if I wanted to change the target number? Well, in that case, I want fewer bytes to be printed because I want to change 100 to 89. So I'd have to change this 94 to a lower number so that the total number of bytes printed is 89. And that's what this bottom row of the table is showing. So in total, there's a lot of juggling that has to be done. Printf thinks in two different contexts. It thinks about the argument on the stack corresponding to the %, and that is where I put where I want to write. And it also thinks about the number of bytes printed. That's how I control what I want to write. And getting them both right at the same time, it will take some trial and error, but that's how you get it done.